Hello Cancer, my name is Echo and thank you for joining me for your July 2025 tarot reading. I just want to let you know as we move into a new moon in your sign, the sign of Cancer, on June 25th, we are going to find ourselves in a very open heart space. There is a lot going on globally as far as socioeconomic situations go on, so a lot of people are suffering. And Cancers tend to be the caretaker, the one who looks after the home space, and this earth is, after all, our home. But we are also moving into a lot of weird weather patterns. If you notice, there are earthquakes and volcanoes and everything moving about. So say a little prayer for those who might be going through some things and those who need to be kept safe. But also be sure that you're checking in and looking after the people around you, because this is what we're here after all, right? We all share this planet. We all need to be in our heart space and we all need to look after ourselves. There will be a sort of disillusionment. So if you're setting intentions during that new moon on the 25th, be sure that you are clear and concise on what it is you want, and it is serving your true purpose, your soul purpose. Because while we are looking after other people, we do have to look after ourselves. You must fill your own cup first, because you cannot fill cups from an empty vessel, okay? And don't worry, Spirit will never take from anybody else in order for you to have. Life has its own checks and balances, and there it is, okay? So let's go ahead and throw some cards for you, my dear Cancer, and see what you have coming in the month that follows that new moon, in the month of July. You have the card 23, the last quarter moon, gratitude. So if you look at the individuals in this card, you will see there is almost like a maiden mother crone situation. The maiden would be the young individual's hand. The mother would be the onlooking individual who's kind of blurred in the background, and the crone would be the elderly woman holding the youth's hand. Maiden Mother Crone is the three-part spirit talking about aspects of life, talking about the rite of passage and how growth works. So you need to be grateful for what you are learning from all phases of life, Cancer, what you have learned from lessons, not just this year, but in years past, different chapters of your life, and where it has you now and where it has you going, because these are lessons that we carry with us to make our day-to-day flow and to help teach and look after those around us, right? Because you can't share wisdom if you don't have the knowledge of having gone through something yourself. So I feel like in the month of July, you are going to be made to look and be very grateful for situations that you have. And I'm feeling like there may also be, there may almost be some last minute saves where you weren't expecting them. Maybe some incoming money you weren't expecting, support, someone, I'm feeling almost like someone telling you your worth. This may come from an individual, but hang on. This feels like this may be for a particular individual, somebody you know, or it could be like a job market, someone who meant to get back to you that didn't, okay? You're grateful for some last minute save or something that's coming to sort of kind of be the net that catches you almost, right? I had net come up in another recent reading I did, but almost like the net that catches you, a safety net. So you'll be grateful for that, and it may save you some headache in the month of July. Next, you have the Five of Pentacles. So Pentacles are all about that which we can touch, that which we can see. So you're aware of the feeling of loss, the feeling of lack that is coming to you in the month of July, because the Five of Pentacles is about just that. Something was once hospitable. If you'll notice the dying tree with the empty limbs, there was something of worth there, but there are people dead on this battlefield, and the person here is sitting here considering the blind man with his eyes bound. What has happened? Okay, everything around him. Now, keep in mind, he is blind, so he likely did not see the battle that took on, unless he was part of it, and that's how he was blinded. But he definitely heard it, whether he saw it or he was already blinded. So you're aware of the hardship and the pain that came through, because the painful cries are going to be heard, whether you're an individual in battle who can see or not see. So he sees all the pain, he sees all the misery in his own way, he feels it in his heart because he heard it. But the individual in this background is moving on from the battle. If you notice, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pentacles, but the individual in the background is moving on away from the battle, away from the dead on the field, ready to move on to new chapters of life. So you may be addressing something in your situation that is pentacles related, things you can touch, things you can see. So this could be the home space, the money you make, the job you're working, or the lack thereof. I feel like you're noticing this lack, and you're looking to address it in the month of July. But noticing this lack may be why you're grateful. If you remain grateful, you're telling spirit, hey, that was awesome. Let's have more of that. I really love it when I have this, this, this. Spirit doesn't deal in odd orders, okay? And I'll use the example I used last month in another reading. If you go to a restaurant, you don't tell the waiter what you don't want, okay? Because, I mean, you can communicate food allergies and things like that, but that's very serious to do that. But you wouldn't show up and just say, I don't want this on the menu. It would be more productive if you went and you told the waiter, yes, today I would like this. Then they can go to the kitchen, they can get your order, and they can have it ready and bring it directly to you. This is how cosmic ordering works. Tell spirit what it is you want, what you are grateful that you have, and that you want more of that. Don't dwell on, oh, I never have enough money, I never have this, because that is telling spirit, that's the situation now, so I guess this is how it always has to be for me. Keep doing that, and you're going to find yourself with a feeling of lack. So remain grateful in the month of July, and you will see more of those blessings come your way. But without further ado, let's go ahead and throw these cards for you, Cancer, and see what you have coming in the month of July, because it looks like you're coming for very heartfelt energy, okay? We were talking about that new moon in Cancer in your sign, and do see where that is on your chart, what house that is in, because like for me, Cancer is my 4th house, so whatever's going on, the new moon will impact my home space, okay, and the people in my home, so just as a reference. So let's go ahead and throw the cards here. You start off with the Lovers in reverse. The Lovers is also known as the choice card. So you need to be sure that you're making the right choices that will give you what it is you're trying to achieve during this new moon in Cancer. So you can carry that energy through the month of July. You need to be sure that whatever choices you're making are genuine. And I feel like right now, the Lovers in reverse says you feel like something isn't choosing you, something isn't working out for you. And this may be that feeling of lack. I don't really feel like you want to dwell on the situation. It's more so like an intrusive thought that kind of falls in, but you need to be sure that you're filling your own cup first, because you can't give to anybody else if you're not filling your own cup, like we've already discussed. Crossing you is the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is all about truth and justice and telling it like it is. She's a very wise queen. So she sits with this sword in her hand to sort of cut through the BS, but she has an open hand, almost like come forward. She's inviting whoever is off, approaching her on the edge of this cliff. She is inviting whoever is coming and willing to make that journey, because she's sitting up on a cliff, to come speak to her and gain from her wisdom. So I feel like you're going to be investigating some things at this time, and you may actually receive wisdom and answers as you're going through in the month of July. But you're definitely seeking some sort of truth, some sort of wisdom, some answers to something. Because swords are all about air, communication, our thought process, intellect, technology, that sort of thing. And she does have that sword in hand, ready to cut through the BS, ready to get to the bottom of the situation and tell it like it is, okay? Because this is how she operates. But she's a very intellectual queen. She's very bright. So use your head and think before you take any action in the month of July. This is the advice that's crossing you. And I feel like you're spending a lot of time in your head already, Cancer. So this is a good way to step forward. At your base level, you have the 3 of Pentacles. So you are looking to be creative on whatever situation you're looking to bring about as far as your endeavors go with money. You may have found a new way of making money, which means you may start a new side hustle. You may start a new creative project. You're sort of like burning the midnight oil. But if you notice, this individual is sitting in his study with the 3 pentacles in the window. And if you know anything about stained glass, that takes some time to put together. I've seen artists do it. Look them up on YouTube if you haven't. It's a whole process. There's a reason stained glass is usually an expensive purchase if you go to purchase it. Again, a reason only cathedrals and castles, back in the day could afford to do that, because they're the only ones who had the money to have artisans purchase it for them. But he is sitting here with almost this bottle that represents the alchemy, and writing in his book like a hard study. He is drawing another pentacle, if you'll notice. And I don't know why I'm being drawn to exactly what it is he's doing. I always thought he was just like writing. But that's another pentacle. So he would be moving towards the Four of Pentacles once he gets the other pentacle ready. And we're talking about number progression, 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 is the number of creativity, and 4 is working to create stability, to make that what you create into something that is more concrete and more balanced, okay? So you are looking to bring more balance into your home space and into your work or your approach to work in general by doing this sort of alchemy, making these changes, addressing your own personal truth and how you can apply this to serve you and your everyday. Cats in the tarot are symbolic of magic. Obviously, we're looking for creating something magical that works to make our life better. And the candle that's sitting next to him is actually about burning bright, your passion and your inner fire. Those are going to be the things that carry you forward in the month of July. So this is your base level energy. And when you do a Celtic cross, I don't know if you've ever seen this spread before, it is quite common for the tarot. Your base level energy is when you're getting down to, bare knuckles. This is how it has to be. Almost like a runner coming up to the line and stepping up to start a race, how they get low and they get started so they can sort of springboard and take off. All right, it gives them more momentum. So the Three of Pentacles is indicating that you are gaining momentum when you operate from your base level and from your heart space. Apply that creativity in a way that will serve you in a very day-to-day material manner. But let's go ahead and continue this reading and see what Spirit is lending, what energies are at hand. Oh, cards jumping out at me. I think I'm trying to keep these shuffles on the camera for you guys. I do have a habit of shoveling close to my chest because I kind of drop things and then it makes a huge old mess. But I'm going to try to, pull this forward so you can see. I do shuffle between cards. And I do pull whenever Spirit tells me to. The Knight of Swords in reverse says you're looking to get past what bothers you and keeps you awake at night. You're looking to get past any intrusive thoughts or beliefs and communicate more clearly. So this is the energy that's being lended to the reading. Spirit is telling you, if you continue to dwell in your head, it's going to stress you out. You're not going to get anything done with all the what ifs and the whens. So you may be looking to get past those intrusive thoughts and not worry so much about a situation. If there is somebody in your sphere that can help you, I feel like they are. Cancer, just don't lean too heavily on them. Lend where you can, because like I said, we're in a space where we're looking after each other. And wherever you can help another, they'll remember it, most assuredly. They will have that gratitude that you are feeling. And they will reciprocate if they are genuinely your tribe. So I feel like this is someone that you're already connected to. But let's go ahead and continue reading. We are looking for the crowning position for my Cancers in the month of July. Here you have the Knight of Pentacles. I'm just going to take a little sip of water. One moment. Okay, a little froggy throat. The Knight of Pentacles is I don't want to say he's the slowest moving knight in the tarot. That's actually the Knight of Cups, because he is actually moving. The Knight of Pentacles is still. He's not moving at all. His horse is standing in one position so calmly and so peacefully, and I'll turn this upright for you to show you this, that there is a deer in the background that would otherwise be dashing away if he was making any movement or noise that the deer might find threatening. They frighten very easily. But in reverse, this says that you're used to being in a standstill position, and now you're not so comfortable with it anymore. You're thinking of making some moves. You may not be exactly charging forward, or you may be contemplating how you're going to do that, even taking those first steps, but you're looking to make some creative movement. You're looking to make some sort of movement. Again, we're talking pentacles in things you can touch, things you can see, the home space, your job, how you make your money. There is going to be some sort of forward movement here, and it's almost like it's coming. You're just kind of waiting it out, right? You're that guy on the horse who's sitting there, but you're contemplating, giving the horse a little nudge so it can kind of trot forward. But I really feel like this is you right now. So what is the immediate outcome of this reading in my Celtic cross for Cancer? What is the immediate outcome for my Cancers? Oh, I'm going to take that card. It just fell on the floor. The Eight of Swords. Right, so the Eight of Swords is all about unlocking yourself from being held up in one place. The individual, and we'll do this upright, the individual in this card is surrounded by swords and bound and blindfolded. But if you look, there are two towers in the fog, in the water behind her. Nothing is stopping her from stepping forward and taking what is almost like pathetic little twine and just snapping it on one of the swords. I mean, she could easily step between those. So what this is the illusion that you are bound in such a way you can't move forward, and you are blinded to the truth of how powerful you really are at this time. You could very easily just, even without the sword, she could probably poof, just like flex her arms like you see in the movies and snap those, take off the blindfold. Then she's free to leave those sword circles and move on into that brighter space. But given this is your immediate outcome of what's going on here, you are going to be doing just that, because now you're aware. You're becoming aware of where you've been blocking yourself. You're becoming aware of what it is that you're lacking, how your own thought, your own limiting beliefs or communications have been what's holding you back. I really feel like somebody is going to start making some moves very soon here. There's just a little bit of hesitance. You're a little worried, like you're trying to get rid of these worries and you want to make that forward movement, okay? Stop being still, but there is a need. You're going to recognize there is a need for you to change the way you think and the way you believe about how capable you are, so you can move forward with your own truth. So I want to see what Cancer is bringing to this reading in the month of July. What energy are you bringing to the reading? Oh, there it is. The Seven of Pentacles reverse. Excuse me, Six of Pentacles reverse. So Six of Pentacles is all about maintaining balance, having enough so that you can give to other people. In reverse, this is you recognizing where you're overgiving. How much are you giving to other people that you shouldn't be? How much, why are you always feeling this sense of lack? We did have the Five of Pentacles sitting up here, and now the Six of Pentacles says you are addressing why you have that lack. You're looking to readdress the balance, because the individual in this card is giving money to the youth that, is happily accepting those coins. But this is because he has plenty for himself. I mean, he's very well dressed, while these children are, however, paupers who have never seen the kind of money he's sharing with them. But he has enough that he can share with others, and you're recognizing where you're giving too much. Not that you're moving into like a miserly or greedy kind of space, Cancer, but you're recognizing where you overgive, and you're just not about that anymore, okay? You're not looking to give too much of yourself at this time. So I just want to see what is Spirit lending to the reading. What is Spirit lending to this reading in my Celtic Cross? Cancer for the month of July. What do you have for my Cancer, Spirit? The Hangman. The Hangman is all about changing your perspective, and this is Spirit telling you that yes, you do need to get clear and stop worrying about a situation and start taking action. Start addressing where you have been holding yourself back, where you have been limiting yourself, because you may be the person who's taking from yourself by your own beliefs, like we had in this Eight of Swords over here. So be sure that you're addressing beliefs with an I can, I will, I have, I am attitude. Don't speak in terms of negatives. We are talking about cosmic ordering. Be grateful for that which you have. Think on that which you have, and those blessings will continue and they will multiply. So you do need to change your perspective on a situation and maybe try to see through someone else's eyes. I feel like there's someone in your corner who's a bit of an ally, and they may be a person who actually gives you that shot in the arm and tells you not to doubt yourself so much. Tells you to step forward and take action on something because you absolutely can do it. You might be an individual, Cancer, who's been used to being told, no, you can't, you shouldn't. But I feel like that's really not you, okay, in the month of July. You're really not about that. In your position of hopes and fears, you have the World in reverse. The World is all about accessing all the power and all the blessings that are both within you and everything that is around you, your circumstances, all right? Because everything is always on offer. In position of hopes and fears, it says that you're worried you may not get the support you need. You're worried that you may not be able to draw from the resources to do that which you are seeking to do. What if I don't get the right feedback? What if people don't receive me well? What if nobody's in my corner? What if nobody backs me? What if? We're looking to offload those things because they are limiting beliefs in here, and we're talking 8 and 9 as far as the swords go. How odd is that? and 5 and 6 as far as pentacles go. So if you can move towards some sort of progression that allows you to get past the what if and when and fear and all the doubts that I feel like someone else or some people, more than one person, has put into your head, this is how you're going to find progress, okay? And you're hopeful that you can do that. But you can do that for yourself, Cancer. You don't need anyone's permission. You don't need any rite of passage. You don't need any special badge or license. Whatever it is you want to do, go out there, do it. Find the resources because they are out there. Chances are, if you're looking to do something, someone's already done it. So check out some videos. It could be something on YouTube. If it's something about starting a business, personal growth, a side hustle, getting your own home space, like buying a new house, looking to move, the answers are out there, but you've just got to get up and take charge, right? So what is the long term for this reading for my Cancer in the month of July? Because we're definitely looking to make some moves. What is the long-term energy? If Cancer embraces everything that's on the table here, right? Because you're doing the things, you're doing the inner work, and that's beautiful. That's a wonderful start, but you got to apply it. You can't just stay there. Long-term outcome, the Magician. We were talking about the tools at your disposal, and I just want to go over something real quick. I'm going to put this down. You have the tools at the disposal on the card in the Magician, okay? He has the wand in his hand. He has the cup. He has the sword. He has the flowers that are attached to the wand, okay? The passion, the fire. The wand in his hand is all about the action, okay? Just like the wand he has down here. Taking the action, following your passion, and doing the things in order to see the life that you want come to fruition. The swords, which came up as well, are also talking about speaking your truth, getting clear on your beliefs, your thoughts, your communication, and putting out there that which you genuinely want. Cosmic ordering in a way that is positive and progressive and not negative. The cups are all about filling your own cup so that you can fill others, contemplating what truly brings you joy, what you truly desire, okay? So you've got those 4 suits and those 4 tools sitting there. And I just want to point something out to you. You drew the world card in reverse, but I'm going to turn it upright for this explanation. It also has 4 symbols on it, okay? And the deer actually showed up back here. Isn't that weird? He showed up in your Knight of Pentacles card. But this is actually talking about you have all the tools at your disposal. You have all the power. You have all the resources, whether you believe it or not. You have to be the green man, the figure who turns it all into something, who makes it come into reality, because the green man is a being of nature. He is all about taking the energy of the earth and all the elements that feed that seed to help it grow. And you need to be that individual and make everything come about, because you are the green man. You are the magician. As above, so below. What you think, you create. I love this reading for you, Cancer. It looks like July is going to be amazing for you. You just got to stick to it and be your own cheerleader, and you're going to get the things done. You're going to see some drastic change come from what you take action on in the month of July. So don't be afraid. Take those first steps. My name is Echo. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm wishing you a very blessed July. I will see you next time.